Coming up on Juice and Java, we'll discuss the deadliest terrorist attack Afghanistan has seen in months and find out why Casey Affleck won't be presenting at this year's Academy Awards.
Plus, Student Association President James Franco and Vice President Angie Pati will be in studio to talk about the new Euclid shuttle.
And we'll be stepping outside of the studio to try our hand at being campus tour guides. Stay tuned because Juice and Java starts right now. Good morning, I'm Rebekah Castor.
And I'm Noah Eagle. Thanks for starting your morning with us.
Let's kick things off with the squeeze. A new bombshell report alleges President Trump ordered the firing of Special Counsel Robert Mueller last June. Mueller, in charge of the investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election, was then looking into a possible obstruction case involving the president. When White House lawyer Donald McGahn received the order, he refused to go to the Justice Department, saying he would quit before following through. The report says Mueller learned of this in recent interviews with current and former White House officials. When asked about the report as he arrived at the Davos Economic Forum, President Trump had this to say.
Fake news, folks, fake news. What's your message? Typical New York Times fake stories.
Well, you heard him say the New York Times first was the one to report it, and I feel like anytime something like this happens, that's really Trump's usual response is fake news. But this stems back to a feud that's a little bit lighter. Mueller actually was a part of his golf club, Trump's golf club in Virginia, and wasn't happy with the dues.
That's right. Some people are saying that this is what the New York Times is reporting, that people are saying that Trump wanted to fire Mueller over a grudge about dues at this golf course, but I think that's kind of ridiculous.
Well, just a tad petty, but we'll see where it all goes. Also at the White House, Trump administration is backing an unusual deal on immigration. The framework provides a path to citizenship for 1.8 million young undocumented immigrants under the DACA program, more than double the number of enrollees now. In exchange for this concession, an additional $25 billion would be allocated to build a wall on the Mexico border and for other immigration reform policies. The White House says this is an incredible compromise, but leaders on both sides of the aisle are unhappy. Despite this, experts say the bill should find enough support to pass with 60 votes in the Senate.
Wow, this whole DACA debate has been quite the whirlwind. A few days ago we thought that DACA was dead, and now here it has more funding than it's had before. Exactly.
It's going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen. It's kind of a little bit of a bipolar issue. But the bigger thing, I think, in this story is that wall, because Trump hammered home in his campaign. The wall is the most important thing. We're going to build this wall, and if he doesn't do that, he doesn't come through with it, then what was his whole campaign about, basically?
Yeah,
right?
It will definitely be interesting to see if Trump's campaign promises do come to life. I'm curious to see when work will start becoming on that wall. Who knows, this time next year, we could have a wall on the Mexican
here's the start,
border.
Honestly. This is the start of it all.
On the international front, 95 people are dead and hundreds more injured after a Taliban attack in Kabul, Afghanistan. Attackers drove an ambulance filled with explosives past a police checkpoint to a street only open to government workers. The neighborhood is home to many foreign ministries and the High Peace Council. Kabul police warned that the death toll will continue to rise. They say the area was crowded with people enjoying their weekend. The attack comes just 1 week after Taliban militants stormed an upscale hotel in the city. This bombing is the deadliest terrorist attack in Afghanistan seen in months.
And as you just said, it was only a week after another attack, so Afghanistan clearly in a bit of turmoil right now.
Yeah, and there's definitely turmoil in their government as well, and people are wondering if that, there's tension in the government, and people are wondering if that is why security's kind of at a low point right now. Hopefully we won't see more attacks from this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you never want more attacks, but I think that another point that this proves is, again, terrorism can happen anywhere. People say avoid those big cities, New York, London, but truly anywhere across the globe, you cannot continue to you can't not live your life because of terrorism.
Yeah, and the political tension in Afghanistan, with that governor that's refusing to stand down from his post after being fired by the Afghanistan president, that's keeping people wondering what's going on with the government, what's going to happen from here.
Yeah, exactly. Closer to home, however, Oscar-winning actor Casey Affleck will not be presenting the Best Actress Award amid sexual assault allegations. 2 female crew members are suing the actor for sexual harassment in 2010, and the women say that he harassed them during the making of Affleck's directed film, I'm Still Here. One of the accusers alleges Affleck refused to pay her because she wouldn't spend the night in his hotel room. The other accuser says that while Affleck, who was married at the time, crawled into bed with her while she was sleeping. Although the allegations came out a while ago, Affleck only just informed the Academy that he would not be presenting.
Yeah, this is a truly disappointing story. You know, another actor that's hearing sexual assault allegations, you know, he's breaking a tradition here. It's a tradition for the winner of Best Actor from last year to present Best Actress, and now that tradition won't continue.
Exactly. We've talked about many of these stories by now because they're happening so rapidly. It's almost as if who's next? You know, that's what we've been saying. We always have a
sexual assault story.
Exactly. And again, it's straying from tradition because he's not going to be presenting it. Now they're going to have to find someone else to present that award. Should be interesting to see who they choose.
I could see them choosing Leonardo DiCaprio. I'd be a huge fan of that.
I'm cool with that.
He won Best Actor about 2 years ago, and his Oscar win was long awaited and exciting.
Absolutely.
But before the Oscars, another major award ceremony will hand out statues. The 60th Annual Grammy Awards will take place this Sunday night, hosted by late-night host James Corden. The ceremony will be notable for several reasons. After last year's Oscars So White, this is the first time in nearly 20 years that all the male nominees in the Best Album category are not white. The show will also be moving back to New York City for the first time in 15 years, and several nominees plan to wear roses to support the Time's Up movement. The ceremony starts at 7:30 on CBS.
And I think we're both fans of the Grammys here, so you want to make some predictions?
Yeah, let's hear Noah and I's predictions for the Grammys. We're definitely qualified for
Yeah,
this.
well, what do you think Best Album? You know, Jay-Z's 444 is on there.
Kendrick Lamar's on there.
I think Kendrick Lamar's Damn has got it. It's too easy for him, right? Although I do think Awaken My Love from Childish Gambino should get a little more love.
I'm curious to see what's going to win Song of the Year.
Song of the Year? What do you think?
Julia Michaels' Issues is on there. I'm a huge fan of that, but I think Logic's 1-800 song is going to come through. And
1-800 it's a masterpiece, honestly.
Has a great message.
Great message,
music
great
video.
Exactly.
I sing that song all the time.
Really? You want to sing it right now?
No, we don't need to hear
All right,
that, actually.
we'll just move on then. Sunday will also mark the 33rd annual Martin Luther King dinner here on campus. And the dinner is the largest university-sponsored event in honor of Dr. King. Lawyer and political strategist Angela Rye is this year's keynote speaker. She previously served as the general counsel for the Congressional Black Caucus and has spoken on numerous television programs. The program will also include the Unsung Hero Awards, honoring people doing good in the SU community. Tickets are $15 for students and $30 for the general public and are still available at the Shine box office.
This is such a great event that Syracuse University puts on, and I'm so excited that Angela Rye is going to be the keynote speaker. You know, she's a political correspondent on CNN and NPR, and with so many broadcast students at our school, it's going to be a great opportunity for students to hear her message. Yeah,
Angela Rye is a great get. I want to give a quick shout out to the people organizing this event, Keith Copeland and Cora Thomas in particular, because I think they do a great job every year. They work closely together, attached at the hip at this time of year, and they put together a great party. It's a great turnout pretty much every year, something that this community and this campus should really be proud of.
Students always get excited for this event. You know, tickets are always hard to get sometimes.
Seriously.
You know, you got to get them fast, but luckily there's still some available. And, you know, I just think that this is a great way to honor Martin Luther King's legacy here on campus.
Exactly. And like I said, Cora Thomas, Keith Copeland, thank you for all you do. And seriously, go out and support. After the break, we'll hear from one of the people being honored at the MLK dinner for making a positive difference in Syracuse.
And we'll tell you how you can access the new Euclid shuttle.
Stay with us.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Our morning correspondent Lilia Wood is here in studio with the latest.
They may not wear capes, but local heroes will fill the Carrier Dome at the Martin Luther King Jr. celebration this Sunday. The evening pays tribute to community members who often receive little credit for their positive contributions. After a night of music, food, and a presentation by keynote speaker and political analyst Angela Rye, the committee will award recipients of the Unsung Hero Award, given to community members, students, faculty, and staff. Meet one of the Unsung Hero recipients, Keenan Lewis.
Being born and raised in Syracuse, New York, on the south side of Syracuse, and dealing with some of the things I was going through growing up, some of the challenges I was facing, that almost, took me down the wrong path.
That was until Kian met his wife Maria, who helped him steer his energy in the right direction. He began to volunteer in his community, go to school to study human services, and ultimately create a weekly radio show on WVOA entitled I Know I Can.
And thank you for everybody that's tuning in via 87.7 FM and WVOAradio.com.
The two used their other platform to start positive conversation every Thursday night at 7 o'clock.
It was the fact that I love Syracuse so much, and I've seen Syracuse go from this great city to where it is now, and I wanted to be a part of the change because, I think for the most part, in some cases, I was a part of, helping it go in a negative direction. So I just wanted to be a part of bringing everything back in full circle and making sure that Syracuse was this great place that we've always known.
Through this opportunity, they've been able to coordinate 6 events called Showcase Sundays, where thousands of community members come together to enjoy entertainment from local bands and poets.
Shine light on the many talents in our community, but also bring, just that whole awareness around let's make a movement in the right direction and have a good time while we're doing it too. So
Kian's mother nominated him for the award and estimates he's helped almost 400 families through donations of clothing and household goods. He's also a friendly face buying and delivering groceries to people in need. It makes it all worth it to Kian when he sees his unsung heroes, his 3 children, grow up in the city schools.
In 10 years, I think the city will be booming again. I think many families will be returning back to the city. I see myself as someone who will have a lasting legacy on the city where, years to come, my name will be remembered. So, that's just some of the many plans that I have for, myself and the city of Syracuse. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Keenan's advice for the aspiring unsung heroes is to jump in and lead with your heart. The rest will fall into place. For more information on tomorrow's event, you can go to mlk.syr.edu.
Lilia, thank you so much. When we come back, the Student Association President and Vice President are in studio to talk about the new Euclid Shuttle. Keep it here.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Now, if you live off campus, you may have noticed a new bus making its way down your street. The Euclid Shuttle is taking off this semester.
And with us today are SA President James Franco and Vice President Angie Pati to talk about their newest project. Thanks so much for coming in today, guys. So if you want to just start off with telling us, how did the Euclid Shuttle come about?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was an idea from about this time last year. We kind of thought about it. We decided to try it out during our campaign stops. We went to all these different organizations, and it was by far the #1 thing that students reacted to. So we decided to take it into the fall and then presented it to the chancellor, and he hopped on it too.
Now, it's beginning stages of the project, but what's the student feedback been like so far?
Students really like it. I mean, we get like Snapchats of the Euclid Shuttle arriving and people like getting on the bus. You know, it's more convenient than, James lives like down Euclid, so it's more convenient to hop on that. So far from anecdotal evidence, like people really like the convenience of it.
Okay, and so with any new initiative on campus, there are bound to be some kinks. So what are you guys doing to work out on fixing some of these kinks right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a pilot. So the route, the stops can be adjusted over the week. So we're trying to figure out, is this the right route? Is it too long, too short? Are the stops in the right places? So over the next 5-6 weeks, trying to gather student feedback and find out, well, what's the most optimal route for our students?
All right, so those are some short-term goals. What about long-term goals for this whole project? What do you see as the future of the shuttle?
Long-term, I'd love to see it operate every night of the week, you know, not just Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That'd be really, really nice. You know, Monday night, if you're at the library really late, you have somewhere to go. I think also maybe extended hours, more stops, quicker routes, maybe even more buses. That's super long-term, but maybe after James and I leave, we'd love to see that and see it continued.
So now that this project is underway, you guys are almost at the end of your term. Are there any other big projects we can see before you guys leave?
Oh, wow, that's a great question.
We're actually very excited. SU Today did a kind of press release news article because we, you know, this whole entire year, every meeting we've ever been in, we've been like mental health, and there's extended hours at the counseling center starting in the next couple of weeks. They're going to be hiring 4 new staff therapists, 1 psychiatrist, and then also some more group therapy sessions as well. So that's something that we've really been advocating for, and that's also coming from Invest Syracuse.
Awesome, and what do we think as like a timetable for all of that to kind of come to fruition in the next coming weeks?
They're searching for the therapists and the psychiatrists right now, and in the next couple of weeks, they're going to pilot the extended hours until 7 p.m.
Awesome. That's great.
So soon.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, that is so great to hear. So since you guys are almost at the end of your term, can you give us any inside peek on what we can expect for candidates for next year?
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, we hear rumors of people
anyone, let
going
us
around. Yeah.
know.
Oh, wait, I mean, do you want to run?
Are you guys running?
Yeah, you guys are running.
Could we do it? Do we have what
it's
it's take is the real...
Right here.
Is this like breaking news? Like, are you guys about to announce it right now? Are we part of some plan?
This is huge.
Oh, I wish. Noah and Rebekah, 2019.
There you go. It took you a second. Thanks so much, guys, for joining us.
Thank you.
Coming up after the break, Noah and I tried our hand at giving campus tours with a U100 tour guide.
Tried is a good word. And why is Rebekah leaving us so much?
Stay tuned to find out.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
Welcome back to Juice and Java.
You know, you're probably thinking at home, why in God's name would we be wearing these shirts right now? And no, it's not because we want to look like Steve from Blue's Clues. There's actually a reason behind it.
They're actually the U100 shirts, and currently right now thousands of students across the United States are waiting for their admissions into Syracuse University, which means they're going to be coming to campus for some tours.
And honestly, if you want to be a U100 tour guide, the application is due in just a few days, February 1st. So you want to get on that, and we figured maybe we should brush up on our skills and see if we have what it takes to be a tour guide ourselves. So we have Jacob Bellotti here to teach us a few things. What's going on, man?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for offering to give us a tour today. So what is one of the first things that you do on a tour?
Well, first we usually leave the admissions building. However, we do end up right here where we're standing on the quad, which is what we call the heart of campus. Set up like a bullseye, so this is your center. You got academic buildings in the first ring, and then the dorm buildings in the outer ring.
Should we get going?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Awesome.
So you might not be familiar with this place, but this is the Carrier Dome.
Oh, we're actually very familiar with it, but most students aren't that are touring the school.
Yeah, the Carrier Dome is one of the centers of like attention here on campus. It's one of the like gathering spots. We always say that you start your career at SU here and you end it here as well. When you first come in, big meeting convocation inside of the dome, and when you leave, you have it right there at the dome as well.
And what are some fun things we can do at the dome?
Well, it's actually an online list on the interwebs of 44 things.
Interwebs.
Yeah, the interwebs. Of 44 things every SU student should try before they graduate, and one of them is called a dome stomp.
All right, the dome stomp.
You guys just stand in these little crevices here.
Okay.
And then on the count of 3, take a jump into the air. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, jump.
Oh!
Yeah, so when
like I'm in space.
So when you're standing inside, it makes some weird noise that like rattles around or something with sound waves in science.
I'm still in awe, so where to next? Because I don't know where I am right now.
Let's go to the Hall of Languages.
All right, sounds good.
Cool.
All right, guys, so welcome to the Hall of Languages. So this building is actually the original building on campus. It was here when it opened in 1870.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So this was the original building we
I don't know
had.
if we can trust that. That's real.
That actually, that's true, yes. That's,
you were here for the meeting?
Yes, I was here when that happened, actually, in 1870. Okay. But if you see how creepy and like kind of, you know, looming that is, that's actually the aesthetic. This building inspired the Addams family.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
this building inspired the Addams family,
Yes.
not the other way around?
Not the other way around.
Oh, wow, that's kind of a fun fact.
How about we take over for the next one and try to tour
Yeah,
you on the
I
next
feel like
building,
we
right?
can do it.
Let's give it a
Let's
shot.
do the
I'm
next
confident.
building.
All right.
Confident. Let's do it.
All right, let's
Great.
go.
See this? You see this skill?
See, Noah's
Jacob, we're
already
ready.
doing it wrong because he's walking backwards.
No.
You're not supposed to do that, but we're actually going to try to do this stop on the tour guide for real.
Yeah, Hogwarts.
So welcome to Hogwarts, also known as Krause College.
Yeah.
It is the home to the Setner School of Music, and we have so many opportunities for those who are musical here at Syracuse University. Another interesting thing about Krause College is you see that hill over there, right there behind me, and you see the sledding streaks down the hill. Lots of students love to sled on the snowy days here at Syracuse University. That is something on the list of things to do before you graduate.
And you know what's even crazier is this building in particular, it changes color based on the mood of the campus. It's like a mood ring, but for a building. It's really incredible. Great to see. You should really come to Syracuse. I feel like I've sold you already.
I definitely.
I know I've sold them already.
Syracuse University.
Wow.
That was.
Rebekah was a lot better than you. I'm sorry. She got it down. You nailed it. You hit all the main points of the stop. Excellent job. You should take a history class.
I think this is the first thing that we've ever done on Juice and Java where I have been better than Noah at something. This is a huge moment for me. I'm just going to take it all in, and we're going to end the tour right here while I'm ahead. All right, and
Jacob.
that's it. Thank you so much for giving us this tour. Citrus TV will be right back.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, bro. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet. Oh,
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Now, as we get to the end of the show, it's time to confront the harsh reality that Rebekah is actually leaving us for a month to go to South Korea and intern for the Winter Olympics. So before I get into anything else, how could you do this to me?
You know, no, I'm sorry to be leaving Juice and Java, but I'm really excited to be going over to Pyeongchang for the Olympics. And, you know, it just was an opportunity that I could not pass up. But I will be back. I'll be back at the end of February, and I'll be here for the rest of the semester to be doing shows with Noah for Juice and Java.
All right, you're assuming that we're just going to have you back, which is just jumping the gun a tad. Why don't you tell us what you're going to be doing when you're there?
So in Korea, I'll be interning in the International Broadcast Center during the games. I'm really excited to be working for the sports desk and to be there for some of the primetime broadcasts, to get to watch some events, and hopefully meet a lot of really cool people.
Now, yesterday you expressed to me that you weren't sure if there was going to be sushi in South Korea, so I took the liberty of finding some sushi places for you, so you're good to go. There's Sushi Hyo in Seoul, that's 4.4 stars. Sushi Cho, also in Seoul, 3.9 stars. If you want a little bit closer, Pyeongchang, we have Nalu, 5 stars, only 3 reviews, so don't know how trustworthy that is. And then Seolgug, which is also in Pyeongchang, 4 stars, 1 review, also not very trustworthy.
You know, that is really good to hear. So like Noah said, I just really love sushi. And yesterday I was like, Noah, do you know if there's sushi in South Korea? Because we literally go get sushi like almost every Saturday after Juice and Java. I eat it way too much. It's really concerning. But I'm glad to know that I will not have to miss out on sushi next month.
And guess what? All these restaurants, or at least most of them in South Korea, apparently deliver right to your door, including McDonald's.
Interesting. I've never even heard of McDonald's delivering before.
Fantastic stuff. You should definitely do it.
That's all for Juice and Java this morning.
Check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CitrusTV.
I'm Rebekah Castor.
And I'm Noah Eagle. We'll see you next time.